Sitting up nice and tall. Close your eyes. Slowly begin to exhale your breath all the way out. Take a slow breath in through your nostrils. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. And again, slow breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. Stretch your arms over your head, please. Reach up to your fingertips, big stretch. Bring your hands together at your heart, exhale, side out. Your palms together and your eyes closed. Just take a few rounds of breath on your own, breathing in and out through your nostrils, please. Each breath is getting just a little bit deeper than the last breath you took. And you're starting to turn up the sound of the breath so that it's audible in the space around you. You can hear your breath as a loud whisper or distant sound of the ocean. Adding to the intention of your breath. One thing we'll notice that as we start to move more, as we start to, even outside of yoga, right? You start to pick up your pace, you're jogging or you're exercising, your heart rate goes up, your breath starts to move a little faster to compensate. It adapts to the exercise you're doing and tries to get more oxygen into the blood supply. And this is just an example of how, as humans, as people, we are built for this power of adapting or adaptation. Even now, in our current state of affairs that we're all experiencing, maybe 3 months ago, we would have thought to ourselves, I could never, live the way we've been living, right? Not going out, doing yoga online, not going into work every day, whatever the story may be for you. But at this point, we've been in this situation for a few months now, feel like you can adapt to anything. And not only that, you can grow in that time and you can be resilient and have peace there. So our practice today is a reminder of our ability to adapt through our willingness to learn, through our ability to grow. Oftentimes, the thing that sets me apart from remembering that quality is my own application of limitation and doubt. So notice as we move today, those moments that arise in your practice where you think I can't, or there's no way, or I'm not able to, that is your limitation speaking up. When instead you might choose to just adapt. You might choose to be willing to put effort in so that you can grow and get stronger. It doesn't always happen in single moments. Sometimes it takes practice and patience, but we'll work to practice that skill of adapting, of willingness, and of growth. Hands together at your heart, please. Exhale your breath all the way out. Inhale for Om. Om. Please blink your eyes open. Thanks for joining today. Come forward onto your hands and knees, everybody. Let's start moving. All right, with your fingers spread nice and wide and your hands under your shoulders, you're gonna make sure that you're pressing down nice and firmly through what's called in the four corners of our hand. So let's identify those really quick. It's the inner edge of your hand, which is your pointer finger knuckle, and the inner edge of your wrist, and the outer edge of your hand. Let's call that the pinky finger knuckle and the outer edge of your wrist. So you've got these four corners of your hand pressing down solidly. Right, as we move in and out of this next action, make sure you're returning back to this foundation. Shift your weight forward a little bit, please. Lift the palms up, but keep the knuckles down. As you lower the palms back down, return to that action of pressing into the four corners, push down. So you're not just dropping the hands down, you're almost extending, pressing through the arms and filling up the back. Let's do that again. Lift the palms up, press through the hands, lower the palms down. Lift the palms up, press the hands down, lower the palms down. We'll do that a few more times. Going 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the palms down. Now we're going to come up to the fingertips, doing the same thing. Aaron, while you're there, you can lower your camera just a little bit. You can lift up to your fingertips, and then lower the fingertips, palms back down. Lift up to your fingertips, press down into your hands. Again, fingertips, palms. Let's go again. 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay on the fingertips. 1. Keep pressing through your fingertips. Bring your chin to your chest. Tuck your tailbone. And cat pose. Round into your upper back. Really full, really strong through your arms. Inhale, cow pose. Inner thighs spin back. All right. Broaden your hips, lift into your chest. Good, Gabe. Exhale, cat pose. Chin to your chest. Tuck your tailbone, round into your spine. Inhale, cow pose. Inner thighs spin back, lift the bottom of the heart. We'll do one more like that. Exhale, cat pose. Chin to your chest and tuck your tailbone. Inhale, cow pose. Inner thighs spin back, lift into the bottom of the heart. Let's come back to flat hands and a neutral spine, a nice flat back as well. Please turn your palms face up, point your fingers in towards each other. With your fingers spread wide, press down into the backs of your hands. Wiggle your fingers, roll out your thumbs, and rock a little bit side to side. Pressing through the backs of the hands, rocking side to side. The further you go to the side, the more you keep your arms straight, probably the more intense the stretch will get. That's really good. Then a few times, bend your elbows out nice and wide. Lower your shoulders down to your fingers. Press through your hands, extend your arms, and wrap your elbows in towards each other, squeezing your elbows in, spinning your biceps forward. Keep the fingers spread wide, elbows wide, elbows squeeze in towards each other. 3 more like that, elbows wide, elbows squeeze in, elbows wide, elbows squeeze in. And one more time, elbows wide, elbows squeezing in. You got it, friends. Turn your palms face down, please. Point your fingers back towards your thighs. Lean forward, round into your back, cat pose your spine. Chin to your chest, tuck your tailbone, lean into it. Inhale, take it back, cow pose your spine. Broaden your hips, lift your chest, look up. Ooh, feels good. Exhale, cat pose your spine. Chin to your chest, rock forward. You know when the weird noises start to come out, that things are happening. Inhale, rock back, and cow pose. Lift into your chest. One more time, exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow pose. Sit all the way back, please, under the tops of your feet. Your toes are untucked. Tops of your ankles are pressing down. Lean back. Lift one or both knees up off the mat as best you can. Inner ankles hugging in, tops of the thighs lifting up. It may not feel good for all of us to do it this way, so you can stay just sitting on your shins. You can lift one knee at a time. Lots of different options here. Make sure you find the one that suits you best. Lower both knees back down to the ground. And come forward onto your hands and knees. All right, friends, please stretch your left arm out to the left. Then thread your left arm underneath you and land on the back of your left shoulder, on the left side of your head. Walk your right fingertips forward to the top of the mat. And you're going to stretch out through your left fingertips as you roll your right elbow, right shoulder back and twist. To get a little more active into this twist, tone your thighs, spin your inner thighs back, draw your belly in. Now twist a little bit more if you can. Twisting right ribs back, left ribs to the right. Ooh, little cracks and pops in the spine, hopefully. Bring your right hand back down under your right shoulder, please. Push down through your right hand, coming up into a side plank on the right side. Left arm is going to go up, left foot's going to step back. Balancing on the right hand and right knee. Reach your top arm forward. Big stretch to your left side body. Look up, lean back, stretch to the left side. Now, keep reaching your left hand forward and step your left foot all the way to the top of the mat. Bend your left knee, reach to your left fingertips, stretch. Get really long here. You're going to keep the left knee bent as you circle your left knee wide to the right. Circle the left arm up to the sky. Reach it back behind you. Then deepen your lunge as your left fingertips graze the earth and reach forward again. Okay, that's it. Now reach forward, circle the left arm to the right. This time straighten your right leg. Flex your toes, reach your left arm up for a twist. Reach it back, left fingertips graze the earth, reach it forward. We'll do 2 more like that. Left arm to the right, circle it up, straighten your leg, flex your toes. Reach back, fingertips graze the earth. 1 more time, left arm to the right, big arm circle. Straighten your left leg, flex your toes, reach back. Fingertips graze the earth, then take both arms up to the sky, Anjaneyasana, kneeling lunge. Tone your thighs, scissor your thighs together. Go ahead and squeeze into the left glute a little bit more and stretch. From your hips, push down into your feet. Lift up into your chest. Take the hands back down to the ground. Lift your left leg up and back, downward facing dog. Left leg is lifted up to the sky. Rock forward and come into plank pose. Left knee to your left shoulder. Tap the arm. Inhale, send your left leg back to the sky, please. Left knee to left shoulder. Tap the arm. Inhale, send it back, please. All right, left knee to left shoulder, tap the arm, stay in plank pose, grip the mat with your finger pads, then re-extend your left leg back, still in plank pose. Your toes are gonna tap the ground, then you're gonna lift it back up nice and high. Toes tap the ground, pulsing your leg, lift it up. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up, 1. Shift your weight onto your left hand, come onto your right fingertips. This is a great place to adapt. If you want to bring your right knee down, it's a good adaptation. Maybe you reach your right arm forward and find a little more strength in your left side. Breathe for 3. Yeah, good. 2. Nice, everyone. You got it, Thea. Lift your right thumb. And then 1. Very good. Bring your right forearm down to the ground. Lower your left foot. Lift your right leg up. Tone your belly. Squeeze your glutes. All right, again, if you want more support, bring your left knee down. Then reach your left hand forward, everybody. Right leg is lifted. Left arm is reaching forward for 3, 2. Bring both forearms down. 1. Right foot down. Hold that forearm plank. Knees lifted. Hips at the height of the shoulders. Forearm plank. Hairs can get longer. Walk your feet back and your chest forward. Yeah, tone your thighs. Squeeze your glutes. Press through your heels. Stretch through your chest. Keep the back body full. We'll take 3 more breaths here. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge. And that's the point. That's what triggers our need to adapt. Hold and breathe. Lower your hips to the ground. Point your toes back. Sphinx pose, please. Stretch back through your toes. Elbows under shoulders. Birchen, bring your elbows forward more. Then pull the bottom of your heart forward. Press your feet down, lift into your chest. Inhale, lengthen to the front of the body. Exhale and lower all the way down. Please walk your hands back next to your chest. Cobra pose, elbows in, heart forward. Exhale, take it up and back, downward facing dog. Shake it out a little bit. Let's get right into the other side. Lower your knees down to the ground, please. Reach your right arm out to the right. Thread your right arm underneath you, land on the back of your right shoulder. Walk your left fingertips towards the top of the mat and stretch to your right hand and lean back. Roll back through your left shoulder, through your left side of the left ribs. Tone your thighs, inner thighs spiral back. Draw the navel in and twist. Bring your left hand back down to the ground under your shoulder. Let's come up into that supported side plank on the left side. Left hand down, right arm to the sky. Step your right foot back. Get really long through the right side of the body. Reach forward, push through your right foot. Now stretch, look up, lean back, open it up. Feels good, right? Step your right foot all the way to the top of the mat, please. Reach your right hand forward, stretch out through your fingertips. And then we'll make a few big arm circles. Circle out to the left. Reach it up, reach it back. Keep your right knee bent. And bring your right fingertips down to the ground. Reach forward. Let's do that again. Over to the left. This time we'll straighten the right leg. Flex your toes, flex your thigh, pull your hip back. Fingertips graze the earth, reach forward. 2 more just like that. Lunge and stretch. Circle it up and around, reach up. Straighten your right leg. Fingertips graze the earth, reach forward 1 more time. Right arm to the left. Straighten your right leg, flex your toes, look up, reach back. This time fingertips graze the earth, reach forward with both arms and up, Anjaneyasana. Tone your thighs, squeeze your glutes, press into your feet and lunge. Release the hands down to the ground, please. Take your right leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Bring your right knee to your right shoulder, rock forward, tap your arm. Inhale, send it up and back. Right knee to right shoulder, rock forward, tap your arm. Inhale, send it up and back. Right knee to right shoulder, tap your arm. Stay in the plank as you re-extend your right leg out. And we're gonna pulse that right foot. Toes tap the ground, lift it up. Toes tap the ground, lift it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, keep the right leg lifted. 1, shift your weight to your right, come onto your left fingertips. Keep the right glute engaged, reach your left arm forward. If you need to bring your left knee down, you can. Holding here, belly in, glutes active. 3, 2, nice Elizabeth. 1, lower your left forearm down. Lower your right foot down, please lift your left leg up. It's meant to be a little challenging. Reach your right arm forward and breathe. 3, glutes engaged, belly active. 2, and 1. Both forearms down, keep your knees up, forearm plank. Hips the height of the shoulders, back body full. Glutes active, belly in for 3. You got it, friends. Press through your forearms, 2. And walk your feet in 1, dolphin pose. Feet walk in, hips go up. Press your chest towards your thighs, push into your forearms. Look back at your toes and push for 3. 2. And 1, lift up to your toes. Bend your knees, look forward. If you want a little more support here, you can bring your knees down, but maybe you work on just pushing forward with momentum. Look to your thumbs, push off your toes, plank pose, both elbows lift at the same time. Plank pose. Let's do that 1 more time. Dolphin pose. Take your hips up and back. Lower the forearms down, pull your hips to the sky. Lift up to your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Both elbows lift at once. Plank pose. Push forward, top of a push-up. Nice, everybody. Now lower down, chaturanga. Cobra pose, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Shake out your shoulders. Shake out your hips. We're gonna walk our standing split all the way to the top of the mat. Here's what we're gonna do. Please lift your left leg to the sky. Inner left thigh lifts. Okay, stretch it up and back. Then we're gonna step the left foot just forward of the right foot so that your left heel is landing more or less just in front of the right heel. Okay, now lift your right leg up to the sky. We'll do the same thing, looking down at your toes. Step your right foot just forward of your left foot, please. Keep it going. Left leg lifts up. Left foot steps just forward of your right foot. If you have access to blocks or a couple of hardback books, soup cans, fingertips, you can make any little adjustments you need, adapt so you can finish up. Right leg lifts up. Right foot steps just forward of the left foot. Last time, left leg lifts up. Step your left foot between your hands. Right leg lifts up. And step your right foot between your hands. Inhale, lift up to halfway, lengthen your spine. Bring a little bit of a bend into your knees and stretch your heart forward. Good. Exhale, fold in. That was a great adjustment, everyone. Inhale, rise to standing, please. Take your arms to the sky. And we're gonna cactus the arms at the top. Elbows wide, chest is lifted, heart is open. Tone your thighs. All right, squeeze the glutes, draw the navel up and in. Make sure you're feeling really strong through your lower body. And lift up into your heart, curl back, little baby back bend. Chair pose, arms up, bend your knees, sit back. Tone your thighs, squeeze your glutes, spin your inner thighs down, sit nice and low. Good, Zach. Keep getting lower. Forward fold, exhale, bring your nose to your knees. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen your spine. If you want to jump back, that's great. Make sure that if you do jump back, you land with bent elbows. Otherwise, you step back to plank pose. When you're ready, step or hop back, chaturanga. Again, if you're jumping back, you land with bent elbows. Go for it now. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's walk that split forward one more time, leading with the right leg this time. Right leg lifts up, and right foot steps just forward of the left foot. Left leg lifts up. Left foot steps just forward of the right foot. Right leg lifts up. Right foot steps forward of the left foot. Left leg lifts up. Left foot steps forward of the right foot. One more time, right leg lifts up. Right foot between the hands, left leg lifts up. Left foot next to the right foot. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Rise to standing, take your arms up. Cactus your arms, exhale, curl it back. Chair pose, inhale, bend your knees, stretch the arms up. Get really low, exhale, forward fold. Good, everybody. Inhale, lift up halfway. Your choice on how you get there, step or hop back, chaturanga. Plant the hands. If you hop back, land with bent elbows. Good, Kim. When you're ready, move and flow. Cobra pose, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift up to your tiptoes, please. Your choice on how you get there, step or hop to the top of the mat. Bend your knees, look forward. Step or hop forward, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold in. Rise back up to standing. Take your arms up. Bring your hands to your heart. Exhale. All right, last time in chair pose. Bend your knees, reach your arms up, sit back, your hips. Hug your shins in, spin your inner thighs down. For this one, I want you to feel as though you're tearing your mat in half with your feet. Start to pull your feet apart energetically as if you're gonna tear your mat in half. Now spin your thighs down, broaden your hips, get low. Good, exhale, nice Elizabeth, forward fold all the way in. Inhale, lift up halfway. All right, we're gonna come all the way down onto our bums for a boat pose. Bend your knees, lower your butt to the ground, reach your arms forward. Boat pose, lift your feet off the ground. Squeeze your thighs together. We'll do this 5 times. Your toes are gonna tap the ground. Then you're gonna lift your toes up to the sky. Okay, 4 more times. Tap the ground, lift it up. Keep squeezing your thighs together. Tap the ground. And lift it up. 2 more times. Tap, keep your chest up. Squeeze thighs together, lift it up. 1 more time. Tap, knees and thighs together. Squeeze the midline as if you were holding a piece of paper between your legs. Then extend the legs back up. Ready, now slowly lower back. Slowly lower back. Hold it. Pick it back up. Keep squeezing thighs together. Legs up. Toes can point to the sky or the knees can be bent. Okay, slowly lower back. Squeezing thighs together. Good, pick it up, toes to the sky. 1 more of these. Slowly lower back. Squeezing thighs together. Hold it here. Take your arms over your head and hold for 3, 2, 1. Pick it back up. Toes to the sky. Very good. Lower your feet down to the ground. Lean forward. Forward fold. Nice job, everybody. Grab your ankles, calves, feet, and fold in. Please tone your thighs. Flex your toes. Pull the toes in towards you. Hug your inner thighs together. Spin your inner thighs down. They broaden your outer hips by pushing your thighs down and your hips wide. Hips back, heart forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, and fold. All right, now you're going to reach your hands out in front of you. All right, reach your arms forward, out past your toes. Let your forearms or wrists come to rest on top of your toes. Or maybe it's your palms, maybe it's your fingers. You're just basically letting your hands, arms, wrists, or forearms rest over your toes. Remember in junior high, we did that kind of sit and reach thing, right? So the same thing here, only without the balance. Spin your thighs down, right? Press your hips back, reach forward. Let the front of your hips tilt forward a little bit more and then stretch. Try not to grab, just reach. Yeah, working our more active range of motion in the grab and pull action. All right, so we're gonna work on this a few times. Come back up to seated. Keep reaching your arms forward. And sort of like a, I don't know, Frankenstein or a zombie, lower yourself all the way down onto the ground slow. Dig your heels down, slowly come down. When your shoulders come down, reach your arms over your head. Lift your legs up to the sky. Legs together, toes flex. Keep pulling your toes over your head until they get as close to your wrists or forearm as you can, but you're not taking this into a bow pose. The difference is you're trying to keep as much of your back on the ground as you can. So maybe they don't even come to your wrists. Maybe they do. Toes to your wrists or forearms, but keep as much of your back down as possible, right? Thighs pulling into ribs. Legs are really active. Flex the quads, flex the toes, toes to wrists or forearms. We'll do this a few times. Lower your hips back down. Lower the heels all the way back down. Once the heels touch, reach your arms up to the sky, pull your navel down, and roll your way back up. Reach forward. Reach your arms out past your toes again. Bring your forearms, forearms, wrists, or hands to rest over the toes. Try not to grab, but just reach. Let's go right back up. Roll your way up. Roll your way down. Dig your heels down. Slow and controlled. Take your arms over your head. Pull your belly down to lift your legs up. And once again, take your toes towards your wrists or forearm. Don't roll it up, but fold in half as much as you can. All right, thighs to ribs. Try to keep as much of your back down as possible. It's okay if the back comes up, but you're working to keep it down as much as you can. So even though for me, my back is coming up, I'm pulling actively into my hips to counter it, to stretch it. Ready, lower the hips back down, lower the heels back down. We'll do one more. When the heels come down, the belly pulls into the ground, the arms come up. Reach forward, reach out past your feet. Forearms, wrists, hands to the toes, don't grab, just stretch. Bring your thighs to your ribs. And last time, take it back. Press your heels down, roll onto your back, arms over your head, pull your belly down, lift your legs up, bring your thighs to your ribs. Bring your toes to your wrists, or as close as you can. Legs are really active. Maybe they're shaking a little bit. Mine are. And then we'll lower all the way back down. This time we're coming back up to boat pose. So once the heels come down, pull your belly in, lift yourself back up, and lift your legs back up. From boat pose, let's see if we can make our way back to chair pose. Ready? Press your feet down, lean forward, lift your hips up, chair pose. You can use your hands if you need to, do your best. Exhale, forward fold. Nice job, everybody. Inhale, lift up halfway. Plant the hands, take it back, chaturanga, step or hop back. Use your core to transition. Cobra pose or upward dog. Downward facing dog. All right, really nice job, friends. Please lift your left leg up to the sky. So this is a little bit interesting. We're gonna do that toes to wrist action one more time, only this time from this down dog position, all right? As you swing your left foot forward, you're gonna work to bring your left toes to tap your left wrist without letting your foot come down to the ground. This will be challenging, right? This will be a challenge, but be willing to be challenged, be willing to learn through this experience. So that way in the future we can adapt, we can grow. Here's what it looks like if you wanna see. I'll lift the leg up and keep the leg as straight as I can. Thighs pull the hip, toes tap to the wrist or forearm or wherever. It might be down here. Maybe it's here. You don't have to get all the way there, but you're trying. Let's do 3 times on the left side. Ready? Please lift your left leg up. Left toes towards to or at the left wrist. Try not to let the foot touch the ground. Push through your hands, tap, swing it back to the sky. It's okay if the knee bends, but try to keep it straight. Left toes to left wrist. Take it up and back. It's okay if it doesn't get there, do your best. One more time, toes to wrist. Take it up and back. Bring your knee into your chest, step between your hands. Warrior 1, rise. Nice work, everybody. Spin your right heel down, spin your inner right thigh back. Squeeze into the right glute and lift the front of your left hip. Now stretch, please. From your hips, push through your feet, stretch through your fingertips, open and expand. Take one more breath here, inhale. And exhale, deepen your lunge. Arms up, deep lunge. Bring your hands to your heart, straighten your front leg. We're gonna turn the right heel in, toes out, and come into a squat. Heels in, toes out, facing the wide edge of the mat, squat. Make sure you're not letting the front of your hips spill forward, your butt isn't sticking out. So you're gonna tuck your tailbone here, draw your belly in, lift the front of the hips up. Squeeze your heels together. From the center of your hips, push down through your feet and get low. Listen carefully, friends. We're gonna drop our right knee to the ground and turn forward into a lunge. All right, lift up onto your right tiptoes. Spin your right knee down. Turn your hips forward, Anjaneyasana, arms go up. Right side of the glute is active to stretch out the front of the right hip. Press from your feet down through your legs, lift up into your chest. Let's come into standing splits. Place the hands down, lift the right leg to the sky. Inner right thigh lifts. So rather than forcing the height, right? So Kim, drop the right hip a little bit more. Instead, really work on extension. Yeah, drop your right hip, lift your right inner thigh, spiraling the right hip in the socket. Spiraling the right thigh in the hip. From the center of your hips, push out through your feet to extend your legs. Stretch out through your chest and fold in deeper. We'll take a big step back with our right foot, please. Coming into a side plank pose on the right side. Open your left arm up to the sky. Step your left foot to your right foot, side plank pose. You're welcome to turn this into a wild thing if you want. Left foot steps back. Pressing through your feet, lifting through your hips. Squeeze into the right glute. Reach to your fingertips. Nice, everybody. With control, please bring your left hand back down and your left knee into your chest. A little bit more core work coming our way. Left knee into your chest. Reach down with your right hand to grab your left foot. Roll to your left side And start to kick your left foot out to the right. Get as straight as you can in your left leg, but it's okay if the knees bend. It's okay if the knees bend a lot even. Do your best, hips up. Left foot reaches to the right for 3, 2, lower the left shin down to the ground. 1, pigeon pose on the left side. Spin your right inner thigh up, wrap your outer left hip back. Deep breath in, lift into your chest, please. Exhale and fold it in. Drop your head to the ground. A lot of times people, myself included, we use this pigeon pose as a sort of resting pose, as a cool down pose, but I'm gonna encourage you to find more action in it to get the hips stronger. Scissor your thighs together, please. Inhale, sit back up. Keep drawing thighs to hips. As you exhale, stretch out through your legs and fold back in. Tap your head to the ground. Inhale, scissor thighs together, sit up. One more time, exhale, tap your head to the ground. This time as you come up, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, press through your hands, straighten your front leg, straighten your back leg, keeping your feet more or less right where they are. Your left foot is at the right edge of your mat. Your right foot is towards the back center of the mat. This is going to target our IT bands and our TFL. I know it's a little funky and weird, but if you think about it, it's sort of the most natural place to go after a pigeon pose. Just pressing through the hands and straightening the legs. Stretch out through your chest and tuck your left hip back a little bit more. Press through your feet, pull forward into your heart. Nice, my friends. Look forward. Drop your right knee down to the outside of your left ankle. We're going to come into a seated twist. Right knee comes forward and down. Okay, move your right foot over to the left and twist to your left side. Right elbow to your left thigh. Make sure you're not sitting on your foot. Your left foot is on the outside of your right thigh. Right foot is on the outside of your left hip. Look over your left shoulder. This is our last bit of core work on this side. Okay, come back through the center. Reach both arms out in front of you. Actually, I'm going to skip it. Come forward into half moon pose on the left side. Left hand down, right leg lifts up, half moon pose. Tone your thighs, squeeze your glutes. Lift the back of your right thigh, wrap your left hip under. Then from your hips, push out through your feet, stretch your strong active legs. Lean back, roll your right shoulder back. If you want to grab your right foot with your right hand and create that Japasana action, you can. Make sure you kick the foot into your hand and open it up. Breathe for 3. Good, Aaron. Right shoulder and right hip back more, Aaron. Lean back more. That's it. Good. Good, Kim. Good, Gabe. Tone your thighs. Make sure your standing leg is active. Flex the quads. Squeeze the glute. Heart forward. Everyone meeting back in downward facing dog. Take your time. Move slowly out of the pose. From downward dog, you have the choice of staying right there where you are or moving forward and taking a vinyasa. Plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra pose, downward facing dog. Here we go. We've got one more round of that on the right side. So remember, it starts with those toe taps. Do the best you can. Think about pulling your thigh towards your ribs more so than necessarily bringing your toes to your wrist. If you pull thighs to ribs enough, your toes will get closer. Lift your right leg up, flex your toes, flex the right thigh muscle, draw thigh to hip, push through your hands a lot, big breath in. Right toes swing forward, pull towards your wrists, pull your thigh to your ribs, rock forward, tap it. Try not to let your foot touch the ground, stretch it up and back. You really want to push through your hands a lot. Right toes towards the right wrist. This is creating core and compression strength. Inhale, send it back up to the sky. Hip flexors getting stronger. One more time. Right toes to the right wrist. Inhale, send it up and back. Bring your knee into your chest, please. Step between your hands. Rise up, warrior 1. Spin your left heel down. Take your arms up. All right, inner left thigh spins back. Outer right hip wraps under. The glute on the left side squeezes. The front of the right hip lifts. And we stretch from your hips down into your feet, up into your chest. Reach up, stretch back. One more breath. Good. Bertrand, turn your heart forward more. Yeah, that's it. Keep pulling your right hip back, Bertrand. Right hip back, right hip back. That's it. Straighten your right leg, please. Bring your hands together at your heart. Turn to face the long edge of your mat. Turn to your left side. Left heel turns in. Toes turn out. Bend your knees and squat. Make sure you're not pushing your butt backwards here. So you're going to draw your belly in and scoop your tailbone under. Squeeze your heels together. Scoop tailbone under. Then press out from the center of your hips down into your feet. Get lower. Come up onto your left tiptoes. Spin your left knee down, turn forward. Take your arms up, Anjaneyasana. Scissor thighs, squeeze glutes, press through your feet, reach up, stretch back. Place the hands down, standing splits, left leg to the sky. Inner left thigh lifted. It's not about the height of the leg, but can we focus on keeping the hips strong, creating stability and extension. Tone your thighs, draw thighs to hips. Inner left thigh lifts, outer right hip lifts. In fact, try this, my friends. Bring your right thumb, everybody, to your right hip flexor, the front of your right hip. Then lift your right hip up higher. Use your thumb to lift the right. You feel that? Now keep it there. Now stretch through your legs and fold in. Hopefully you felt a really big shift in balance and strength there. Step your left foot way back. Side plank to the left side. Right arm goes up. Right foot steps back. You're balancing on your left hand on your left side. If you want to step the right foot back for a wild thing, get wild, press through your feet, stretch and breathe. Let's come back around. Last little bit of core work. Right hand comes down, right knee into your chest. Roll over to your right side. Take your left arm up to the sky. Grab your right foot with your left hand and start to extend your right leg out to the left as best you can. Press through your right hand a lot. Good, Lauren. Good, Aaron. Lift your hips up. Breathe. Press up through your feet. Nice, Gabe. Really good. Lower your right shin down to the top of the mat, please. Pigeon pose. Inhale, sit up tall. Scissor your thighs together. Exhale, fold in, tap your head to the ground. Keeping your legs active. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, tap your head to the ground. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, tap to the ground. This time, tuck your back toes. We're going to straighten both of our legs. Press through your feet, straighten your legs. Press through your hands, straighten your legs. The right foot will end up at the left edge of the mat. The left foot is in the back, middle. Stretch out through your chest, press out through your feet. Tuck your right hip back, pull your heart forward. That stretch you're feeling through the outer part of your right leg, that's your IT band, your TFL. So the IT band connects up at the ilium into the tibia, IT, and it gives us a surprising amount of support in balance actions when we're standing on one leg, in hip movements, when we're looking to abduct and externally rotate. So it's a really, really supportive part of the body, part of the leg, part of the structure of the leg. That's what I'm looking for. Look forward, please. Bring your left knee down to the outside of the right ankle. I find a lot of times when I have pain in my back or my knees, it's oftentimes my IT band that's the root of the issue. So we want to keep the IT band happy, open, stretch. Turn to your right, left elbow to right thigh. Hips down, heart lifted. Roll the right shoulder back, please. We're going to come forward into our half moon pose. Okay, walk your hands forward. Place your right hand down. Lift your left leg up, Ardha Chandrasana. Stack your shoulders. Breathe in through your nose, out through your nose. Keep rolling your left rib cage up and back. To get there, wrap your right hip under more. Remember in the standing split when we tucked the right hip back, do the same thing here. Tone your thighs, quadriceps engaged. Take your right hip, wrap it back, then lift it up. Lift the back of your left thigh and stretch. Maybe you're going to grab your left foot, Chapasana. Take the foot into your hand. Breathe, please. In through your nose, out through your nose. That's so good, Birchin. Tone your standing leg and roll your left shoulder back now. Trust yourself. Remember, there's no limitations here, no expectations. Adapt and grow by being willing to learn and to experience these actions. Step back when you're ready, downward facing dog. Beautiful job, everybody. I know we got a good mixture of weird stuff and regular stuff, so hopefully it felt like a nice balance. Rock forward, plank pose, lower down, chaturanga. Cobra pose, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. All right, lower down to your knees. Excellent work, my friends. Let's go ahead and play with being upside down a little bit. So I'm going to give you a few options, depending on what you're working on, what you're adapting to, you can make the right choice, all right? Handstand is a huge practice of adapting to being upside down, adapting to having your weight on your hands, adapting to find stability in your hips and pelvis, and your core. So we want to use as many of the lessons we've learned in our practice, not just today, but over the course of time, to help us grow and adapt to being on our hands. Here are your options. Option one is just right where you are, practicing getting comfortable being on your hands. Here's what that might look like. I'll take a short down dog. One leg will lift up. Maybe I'm just going to take a few hops and not even worry about a balance or a catch, right? Maybe it's just here. Just get used to being on your strong arms. If you want to take that a step further, you might be ready to toe tap overhead. Up, toe tap, come back down. Up, toe tap, come right back down. And that's going to start getting you comfortable with your feet over your head, your arms supporting you, right? Maybe you turn that into a nice balance, which is great. Other option is to find a wall, to bring your feet to the wall so that you're looking at the wall. Hello, wall. Then you'll turn around, down dog, place your hands where your butt just was. A lot of you have done this one with me in regular classes before, studio classes before. This is a regular class too. We'll take your left foot to the wall because it's all about adapting. This is the new regular, right? Take your right leg to the sky and find your handstand here, right? Maybe you play around with leaning forward, bringing your hips over your shoulders more, coming off the wall with little toe taps, maybe taking an overhead switch. With really strong arms, hugging the forearms in, pressing through the four corners of the hand. We mentioned earlier, little toe taps, hips over the shoulders, press through really strong arms. You can do that as many times as you want, those little toe taps and switches. Maybe it's just staying really firmly on the wall, and that's fine too. Where are you adapting from and to is part of your journey. What won't help at all is doing nothing. So choose kind of wisely off that. Make sure that if you have a question, you can ask. Use the chat feature. Use the microphone. I'm here to help you, right? If you have a question you want to ask me afterwards, you can always email me or message me. Good. And if you're in a headstand, I would encourage not to hop. Yeah. So, Lauren, I love that you've got really good balance there. Rather than those big hops, walk it in, take it slow. Try to glide it up, then hop it up. So walk your feet in, walk your feet in, walk your feet in. Keep going, Lauren, keep going, Lauren. Now lift one leg up. Keep going, now lift the other leg up. That's it. There you go. Aaron, really nice. Ribs in more, Aaron. Belly in more. Strong arms. That's it, right there. Good, Thea. Trust yourself. Get a little bit of a bigger hop there. Nice. This is a gradual process, my friends. These inversions take years to master. Think about how long it took us to walk and run, right? We waddled around as toddlers for years, and only now as adults, we still trip and fall occasionally. It's a process that takes a while to master. And the same thing with being on your hands. Consistent, regular, dedicated practice. Learn push down through your forearms, tone those thighs as they come up. Legs are active. Push down, you got that. Don't rush it. Breathe. Friends, finishing up your last round, take your time. If you're having fun with it, keep working. Zach, looks good. Look at your thumbs as you kick up. Get grounded. Push. Better. Look at the base of your thumbs. Yes. Get in there. Start with your feet a little bit closer to your hands. Now go for it. Strong arms. Yeah, nice little float there. We rack up our success in this, good Harrison, by our willingness to practice it, right? Whether we get up all the way upside down or not, that's awesome, that's really nice. But our willingness to grow is how we measure our success. Everyone, great effort. It's so great to see everyone choosing to move forward and grow in their practice. Awesome job. If you have any questions, always remember to please ask. For now, let's come onto our backs. Arms by your side and feet flat on the ground. Gonna come into a nice easy bridge pose here. Place your feet flat, lift your hips up, and bridge pose. Hug your shins in, spin your inner thighs down. Lift your outer hips, please. You can squeeze your glutes a little bit so that the front of the hips are opening. We call this agonist and antagonist action, where one muscle group is flexed so that the opposite side, the sort of opposite muscle group can extend. One way you really feel it is in our legs, right? When we flex our quads, our hamstrings have room to get longer, vice versa. When we flex the hamstrings, the quadriceps can get longer. Which is why here, you might also squeeze your heels towards your shoulders energetically. Notice how much more space you get along the front of your thighs. Okay, take one more breath here. And lower your hips all the way down to the ground. Pause, breathe, cover. All right, let's come up. You can do the same thing, bridge pose or upward facing bow. In an upward bow, your hands will come alongside your ears. Elbows will point up to the sky. When you're ready, inhale, lift it up, bridge or upward bow. Heels in, shins in, thighs down. Lift into your outer hips, please. Nice, Lauren. Hug your forearms in more, Lauren. And then big push through your hands. Yes. 3, 2, nice, Harrison. And 1, lower down. Harrison, that's so good. Let's do one more of these. Why not, right? These feel really good. Hopefully we did a lot of poses of compression and flexion. So it's nice to get this big extension shape in. Last one, bridge or upward bow. When you're ready, inhale and press up. If you're in the upward bow, parallel your feet, shins in, thighs down. This is for everybody. Shins in, thighs down. Lift your outer hips up. Breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Lower yourself back. Windshield wiper your knees side to side. Ooh, feels good. Take both knees over to the left. Look over your right shoulder. Just a little bit of engagement in the right side. Flex the right hamstring, squeeze the right glute. Switch sides, knees to the right, over the left shoulder. Tone your thighs, squeeze your glutes slightly. Breathe. Place your feet flat on the ground. Let's actually stretch out. Arms over your head, legs out in front of you. Big stretch, inhale. Exhale, left knee into your chest. We're gonna take another set of twists. Extend your left leg up to the sky, please. Walk your hands up your left leg, and it's almost like you're doing the splits on your back. Stretch through your right leg, stretch through your left leg. Bring your left leg into your left hand and just let your left leg dip over to the left. Probably not going to come all the way to the ground. Keep your right hip down. So that doesn't mean take your left foot all the way down and then force your right hip down. It means keep the right hip down. Don't go further than you can, right, without lifting the right hip. So the right hip stays down. Lift your left leg back up and take your left foot into your right hand, twisting now. Left leg over to the right. Here comes a fun option. Call it catch a cat by its tail. So the left hand will reach down and grab your right foot. Bend your right knee, grab your right foot. Let's let it all go. Stretch your arms out, stretch your legs out. Last stretch here. Right knee into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Take your right leg up to the sky. Pointer flex your toes. Just keep it active. And it's like you're doing the splits on your back. Stretch out through both legs. Easy breaths. Take your right leg out to the right. Don't let your left hip come up. And bring your right leg over to your left, twist. Reach down with your reach down with your right hand and grab your left. And release it. Bring it back onto your back. Place your feet together and your knees apart. Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring your hands to the fronts of your thighs. And just gently push your thighs away from you. Press your feet together for 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Shavasana. You can stretch your legs out if you want to, or keep your feet together, knees apart. You want to stretch your groin. If you want a little more outer hip rotation. If you're feeling pressure in your low back, place your feet flat on the ground. Bring your knees to touch. Make sure you use even your Shavasana to adapt to your experience. Right? Just move through pretty physical practice. There's something you need to do to adapt and be more comfortable so that you might grow and get stronger. Take any variation of movement, of shape that allows you the most support, the most opportunity for growth and then adaptation, reset. When you're ready to start moving, you can wiggle your fingers and your toes. Roll out your wrists and your ankles. Stretch out your arms and your legs. Take a deep breath in. And side out, let it go. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. And gently rock over to your side. And press up to a comfortable seated position, please. Sitting up tall, close your eyes and bring your hands to your heart. Let's close with an Om. Exhale your breath out. Inhale for Om. The light in me honors the light in you. May that light shine brightly for us all. Thank you for practice. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining in today. Greatly appreciate you being here. Don't forget, if you have any questions, comments, requests, or feedback, Find me at Stephen Arcos Yoga on Instagram, on Facebook. It's also my website, stephenarcosyoga.com, or you can email me, stephen@stephenarcosyoga. I look forward to hearing from you. Anything, requests, feedback, comments, suggestions, whatever you got, I'd love to hear from you. So yeah, hope to see you again soon.